An extremely dangerous scene unfolds when a leopard sneaks into a home while a young boy is alone inside. But staying calm, the boy quickly shuts the door, gets outside, and calls for help. A bear escapes from its enclosure and violently attacks the farm owner. A 7-year-old girl is riding her scooter when she suddenly comes face to face with a massive bear. The heart-stopping moment leaves everyone in shock, but luckily the child is brought to safety before the bear moves any closer. Two men provoke a moose and quickly face the consequences. The massive animal charges in with rage, forcing them to flee in panic. The moment, 4 people running in the Bull Festival in Pamplona were violently gored by charging bulls. The enraged cow charges straight into the 4x4, slamming it so hard that the body is dented and even flipped. The sheer force of the impact sends everyone nearby running in sheer panic. It became wildly agitated and charged down to attack the people around it. A cow suddenly charges straight at the girl, terrifying her and knocking her to the ground in an instant. A cow jumps off a rooftop, throwing the street into chaos. People nearby are terrified. The government should tighten regulations banning livestock from being released onto the streets. People should also be required to build proper enclosures so animals do not wander freely onto the roads. Although they are usually seen as gentle, sheep can sometimes become extremely dangerous. This is especially true for male rams during the mating season. With heads as hard as stone and a powerful territorial instinct, they are ready to charge straight at humans if they feel threatened. In many recorded cases, the sheep suddenly lowers its head, charges forward at full speed, and slams straight into the victim with all its strength. The impact knocks the person off balance and sends them crashing to the ground. It looks as if the wild boar is trying to escape, but panicking because it's surrounded by people. Although they're usually seen as gentle, sheep, especially rams during breeding season, can sometimes become very dangerous. The cow goes into a frenzy and charges straight at the 4x4, slamming it hard enough to dent and roll part of the vehicle. Its tremendous power sends everyone nearby scrambling in fear. It becomes extremely agitated and charges down to attack the people around it. A cow jumps off a rooftop, throwing the entire street into chaos and frightening everyone nearby. government needs to tighten regulations that prohibit letting livestock roam the streets, while also encouraging residents to build proper enclosures to prevent animals from wandering freely onto the roads. With heads as hard as stone and a strong instinct to defend their territory, they're ready to attack humans whenever they feel threatened. In many recorded cases, sheep suddenly lower their heads and accelerate, using their full strength to slam straight into a victim, knocking them off balance and sending them to the ground. A cow suddenly charges toward a girl, startling her and sending her tumbling in an instant. The kangaroo attacks a tourist, even with a trainer beside them trying to hold it back. This safety net is far too weak, and it seems a single burst of the tiger's anger could tear it apart. During the day, residents recounted the terrifying scene. Elephants roaming through narrow alleys, breaking walls, smashing gates, and even chasing people trying to escape. Many fatalities occur simply because the victims panic and run in the wrong direction. The scene of the elephant attacking a reporter in the marsh area left him unable to escape. It seems this elephant was trying to find a way to attack anyone up high. Do you know what made this elephant so angry? In a moment that felt like fate, the elephant had no intention of stopping, relentlessly chasing the man. There have also been recorded incidents of elephants attacking vehicles and their drivers. Quiet of the late night was suddenly shattered when a large elephant appeared and charged into a house. An elephant charged straight into a house in search of food due to extreme hunger. A baby elephant attacked a zoo visitor. Two giant wild elephants suddenly stormed into a residential area in Karnataka, plunging the region into chaos. They smashed gates, tore down walls, and ran through village roads, forcing residents to flee in panic. Fortunately, no one was injured, but the group definitely learned an unforgettable lesson. Meanwhile, in areas near forests, the presence of bears becomes a constant concern. When food is scarce, they leave the forest, enter people's backyards, rummage through trash, or attack livestock. In one incident, captured by a convenience store camera, a bear charged straight into the store searching for food. Fortunately, the shopkeeper remained safe. In many cases, bears become aggressive when spotted, posing a direct threat to people. Horses have long been seen as animals closely connected to humans. They are strong, intelligent, and loyal. Yet, behind that wild beauty lies unpredictable strength that even the most experienced riders sometimes cannot control. And horses, creatures many people think are gentle, can sometimes be even more dangerous. One sudden, powerful kick could end everything in an instant. The wild horse suddenly thrashed violently, kicking and tossing everything around. That insane power made anyone watching shiver, wondering, could you really control a wild horse like that? Some of them will keep attacking repeatedly and refuse to give up until the other person leaves their territory. The scary part is that sheep look gentle, so many people let their guard down and stand too close or turn their backs without caution. A ram attacks its shepherd. So when you encounter an aggressive male sheep, it is best to keep your distance, avoid direct eye contact, and back away as calmly as possible. Although goats are often seen as playful and adorable animals, when they get angry or feel threatened, they can suddenly become aggressive. They do it to show dominance or defend their territory. Some of them will even chase relentlessly, forcing people to run in circles or climb to higher ground to escape. What may seem funny at first can quickly become dangerous. A powerful headbutt can cause bruises, painful falls, and even serious injuries. What surprises many people is how stubborn goats can be. Once they lock onto a target, they may attack over and over again without backing down. So, if you encounter an agitated male goat showing signs like stomping, lowering its head, or moving closer, keep your distance and avoid provoking any behavior. Goats may seem playful, but when they lose their temper, they are definitely not an opponent you want to face. On the thin line between life and danger, attacks from buffaloes, elephants, bears, and horses are becoming a real nightmare for humans. Elephants, the silent giants, can turn into a raging fury in just a few seconds. When provoked or believing their young are in danger, they are ready to charge at terrifying speeds, smashing everything in their path. In many parts of the world, elephants, bears, and horses live very close to where humans carry out their daily lives. The expansion of farmland, tourism, and rapid urbanization has shrunk their natural habitats. As a result, humans and animals are forced to share the same space, creating a highly dangerous situation. It all starts in regions of Southeast Asia, Africa, and India, where elephants often leave the forest in search of food. Large elephants, lacking food or agitated by noise, have stormed into villages, destroying homes and sometimes attacking anyone in their way. A fully grown Asian elephant can weigh up to 5 tons, and a single ram from it is enough to flip a truck. When people stand in the wrong spot or accidentally get too close to a baby elephant, disaster can strike in an instant. Several terrifying scenes have been caught on camera, including a raging bull breaking through a gate and tossing a man into the air. In many moments caught on camera, goats suddenly lower their heads, build momentum, and slam hard into a victim's legs, hips, or back. What seems funny at first can quickly turn dangerous, as a strong headbutt can cause bruises, painful falls, or even serious injuries. A young elephant has attacked a visitor at the zoo. Two enormous wild elephants suddenly push into a residential area in Karnataka, throwing the entire neighborhood into chaos. They smash gates, knock down walls, and barrel through village roads, forcing residents to flee in panic. A starving elephant charges straight into a residential home in search of food. Monkeys, known for being clever and quick, can sometimes turn aggressive and attack humans, especially when they feel threatened or are competing for food. These attacks can occur in residential areas near the forest, where monkeys often wander in looking for food from humans. They can rush in to bite, scratch, or even ram people to defend their territory or compete for food. Though they aren't as large as other predators, their agility, unexpected strength, and climbing skills make monkeys a significant danger, especially to children or anyone who isn't paying attention. Monkeys attack and snatch food from a visitor's bag during a trip to the zoo. A monkey bites a tourist's hand while they're teasing it. These attacks remind us to stay cautious when interacting with wildlife, avoiding feeding them or creating situations that make the monkeys feel threatened. In many rural areas, shrinking habitats combined with excessive human encroachment have left animals more stressed than ever. Even familiar species like cattle and dairy cows can sometimes become difficult to control. A wild boar attacks an elderly man on the street, leaving everyone around completely shocked and terrified. It looks like this man is training the wild boar. A wild boar at the Miyoko ski resort. Who will come out on top in this tense showdown? The man uses all his strength to fight off the wild boar's uncontrollable attack. When the man tries to grab the piglet, the mother pig notices and rushes in fast to protect her baby. Captured by a camera in the yard, the wild boar bursts straight through the gate, causing chaos and destroying the vegetable garden instantly. The wild boar smashes through the gate and charges straight in to attack the man. In a tense moment captured on video, a wild boar charges straight at a passerby and knocks him to the ground. A stray wild boar charges straight into a nearby office, causing chaos and sending every employee into panic. On December 30th, 2019, a gas station camera captured a wild boar attack at the pump, leaving everyone terrified. An angry bull suddenly charged at the elderly man, knocking him down in just a few seconds, causing the man to scream in pain for help. The man was lucky to survive after being charged by an out-of-control bull at high speed. Cows fighting in the streets scare residents and cause store damage, leading to property loss. In addition, many other folk events involving cows have also reported several accidents when participants challenge or try to control overly agitated cows. To minimize risks, authorities need to increase the capture and relocation of roaming cows, develop care centers like goshalas, and implement sterilization programs to control the cow population. When these measures are applied consistently, the risk from roaming cows and related incidents can be effectively minimized. What may seem like humorous situations can actually be very dangerous, as a single powerful headbutt is enough to cause bruising, painful falls, or even lead to serious injuries. A monkey suddenly charged and snatched food from a tourist's bag while they were visiting the zoo. A monkey suddenly charged and bit a tourist's hand when they teased it. These attacks serve as a reminder that humans must be cautious when interacting with wildlife, creating situations that make monkeys feel threatened. In many rural areas, shrinking habitats and excessive human encroachment have made animals more stressed than ever before. Even familiar creatures like cows or dairy cows can sometimes become difficult to control. The elephant, driven by hunger, charged into a house in search of food. A baby elephant suddenly attacked tourists while they were visiting the zoo. Nowadays, wild animals are appearing more frequently than ever before. They sneak into villages and residential areas and sometimes even show up right at people's doorsteps. As a result, dangerous encounters are increasing day by day, like a warning bell that we can no longer ignore. So what is driving these predators from the deep JNGL to move closer to humans than ever before? What is the real reason behind it all? Watch the video to find out. India is home to many dangerous predatory animals, especially lions. This creates an incredibly rich and diverse ecosystem. However, the level of protection for both humans and wildlife has not kept pace with this biodiversity. As a result, lions now roam village roads, wander through backyards, hunt livestock, and even attack humans. It is no surprise that both residents and authorities are becoming increasingly concerned. In these areas, residents regularly witness shocking scenes. Predators walk straight through residential neighborhoods, ready to attack anyone they encounter. So how does the Indian government respond? For India, the Asiatic lion is a national treasure and must be protected at all costs. Wildlife tourism also booms, bringing significant revenue to the region. However, rapid and uncontrolled growth carries a clear risk: human safety. Just imagine taking an evening walk, turning around, and seeing a full-grown lion right behind you. Who wouldn't panic? The video captured by locals shows a lion breaking out of its enclosure and escaping. The terrifying sight leaves everyone in fear of a possible lion attack. To reduce conflict, the government encourages residents, especially in Gujarat, to learn how to live alongside lions. In addition, if a lion is confirmed to have killed a human, it will be captured and kept in a zoo for the rest of its life.